The biggest question on everyone's mind that I talk to, how much money can you make with a cargo van business? Just yourself, solo driver, team driver, just I'm saying one van. Now, I've done this video. I haven't done it for a while because I'm learning as I've been in this industry and had my own business for 8 months. So I think it's a good time to do it again. Now, there's so many variables. And that's what, whenever I talk to people, I'll say, where are you from? What are you willing to do? Are you by a city? I mean, me being Minnesota, I'm about 40 miles out of Minneapolis, of the city, the best city for freight here. So for me, I was making, as you guys know, I say it, I was making $1,200 for like 5 months. Crazy easy, 3 to 4 days, no big deal. With the crisis, I'm just making enough so that we don't touch our savings and we're paying all our bills. Just to touch on that. So, but if you were somebody who was like, I'm just gonna drive, like I got people I've helped that are like, yeah, I made $2,000 last week. It's not at all unfeasible, and I've had people who have payments and are making money like that, just traveling all around. And that's why I'm saying it depends on your situation. Are you by a city? I tell people, there's one person that's relocating completely to a different state. Because I say that to people too. Like, that's why I talk about being open-minded. I'll run to Chicago. Being open-minded and willing to mix it up. I mean, because if you start a business, you better have all your eggs in that basket to go for it. You know? You got to be resilient. You can't just be like, That's what I mean. There's people who like, that's why I say, where are you located? I'll keep it real with people. If they say, oh, this, that, I'll be like, that's not good. You know what I mean? It's so hard to see people do this to themselves because what I'm saying is, it's not something that, like, just like any business owner, like when they start a business, it's not just like, oh, I'm starting a business. It's like, no, you gotta, there's so many variables, there's so many things to do, that you can't just fucking, oh my God, it drives me nuts. Cause sometimes like, people will be like, oh, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do this. Had a bunch of loads coming in, and was talking. So here's what I'm saying too. With all these variables, I love how a lot of people talk to me for a long time before they start. There's so many different facets of this to where that's why like it's so relative. It's a hard question to even answer. It depends on how you want to roll. It depends on where you're located. It depends on what you're willing to do. It really depends on you. That's the thing. And I've had the people who are like, yeah, I'm ready to drive. I want that freedom too. And then they do it and they're like, I feel like it turns into where they're like, wait, I actually have to, get uncomfortable and bust my ass. And that's the thing too that's weird is, to me, it's worth it. Work hard, play hard. Like, because I have the freedom. I choose when I want to work hard, and then I choose when I don't want to work hard, and I want to play, So that's where it's like, you can make good money, really good money, but then also, you're not going to be rich if you are like me. Like, I'm not going to be rich. Because to me, my time is just as important to me. So for me, I go out 4 to 5 days, and that's what I do. Before I was making crazy money doing that even. I was even going out 3 to 4 days making crazy good money. $1,200, like nothing. But now it's paying the bills and not touching the savings, so it still works. But if I wanted to, I could just travel around, no big deal, just fucking, you know what I mean? So it all depends on what you want to do, where you're located. Like I've always said, there's so many variables. So that question I get so much, and I understand it. How much can you make? How much can you make? And I always say, where you from, where you look at, and then they're like, sometimes people are like, I'm just wondering how much you can make. I'm like, it all depends. What you want to do, where you're located. There's so many variables. And then most of the time, though, like I say, 90% of the time, oh yeah, I hate my current employer. I want the freedom. I'm willing to do anything for freedom. I'm going to drive like crazy. And then as they get into it, I watch the progression of them just, I don't want that run. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that. And then, you know the story. That's what sucks. It's like, well, if you want the freedom, being a boss is not easy. I didn't ever even care to be a boss, be my own boss. I just wanted the freedom. That's why I say too, if you're going into it just for ego and, oh, I'm a boss, that's the wrong mindset. Like, if you're going in for freedom and you'll do anything for that freedom, good mindset. So that's it for me, honestly, on this one, because I get it so much and I understand it. But there's the variables, so I'll ask the variables, where are you located? What are you willing to do? And are you willing to even relocate if you had to for your business? I would. I mean, if I was in a bad state, I wouldn't do this. I would wait. I would relocate. I love moving. Me and my wife have moved a lot. We moved states. I don't... That's what I'm saying. It's like, if you want the freedom, you'd be willing to go to any lengths. But anyways, like, share, subscribe, hit the bell notification if you want to. If you don't want to, that's fine. I'm glad you're rocking with me. I hope this answered some of your questions because it's a relative question. Everyone have a blessed day. And oh yeah, keep hustling.